Go. Okay na? Okay na, Heaven?
Yes, start na.
So, good day everyone. Today, our group, ay wait lang ulit. Good day everyone. So, today we are presenting Module 7 and Module 8, which is Module 7 entitled Anticholinergic or Parasympathetic Bronchodilators. So, these bronchodilators are medications used in respiratory therapy to help open the airways and make our breathing easier. So next slide. Ayan. Anticholinergic or parasympathetic bronchodilators are drugs that block the action of acetylcholine at muscarinic receptors in the airways, thereby preventing bronchoconstrictions and reducing mucus secretions, resulting in bronchodilation. They inhibit the parasympathetic or cholinergic pathway that normally causes constriction of bronchial smooth muscles and increased mucus production. So, gaya ng discussion ni Ma'am last meeting, anticholinergic bronchodilators are drugs that block acetylcholine. Yung acetylcholine is yun ang chemical sa body natin na nagkokos ng pag-tight ng ating breathing and nag-i-increase siya ng mucus production. So, by blocking the acetylcholine, yung bronchodilators, dinablock niya yung acetylcholine para yung airways natin is mag-relax and mag-open siya para makahinga tayo ng maayos. So, sa madaling salita, hinaharangan ng gamot na to, yung anticholinergic bronchodilators, yung acetylcholine na nagpapasikip ng ating baga. Next slide. Ayan. So, parasympathomimetic and parasympatholytic. So, ang pinagkaibahan nila, under sa action, yung parasympathomimetic, nag-stimulate siya ng acetylcholine while sa parasympatholytic, nag-block siya ng acetylcholine. Under effect naman niya sa airways natin, bronchoconstriction sa may parasympathomimetic and bronchodilation sa parasympatholytic. Mucus production, yung parasympathomimetic nag-i-increase siya and nag-decrease naman siya sa parasympatholytic. So, ang uses niya in respiratory therapy, sa may parasympathomimetic, diagnostic testing lang siya, while sa parasympatholytic is treatment siya ng treatment or COPD asthma adjunct. So sa clearer explanation niya, na-discuss na rin to ni Ma'am Jinky nung last discussion. So parasympathomimetic drugs are nag-stimulate acetylcholine, causing bronchoconstriction and increasing mucus production. So they are usually diagnostic testing, and on the other hand, parasympatholytic drugs block acetylcholine, causing bronchodilation and increasing in less mucus pala, and they are used for treatment only. So, yung parasympathomimetic, it tightens the airways and the other open them. Parasympathomimetic ang nag-open ng ating airway para makahinga tayo ng maayos, and yung parasympatholytic is binablock niya yung acetylcholine. Next slide. Ayan. So, cholinergic effect and anticholinergic effect. So, andito na lahat. Under cholinergic effect, it decreases heart rate. And anticholinergic effect, it increases heart rate. Good example ng anticholinergic effect is yung atropine na sinasabi ni ma'am nung last discussion, which is yung atropine is drug siya for person who for patients na may bradycardia, so nag-i-increase yun ang ating heart rate. Next is meiosis under cholinergic effect, and mydriasis naman sa may anticholinergic. Cholinergic contraction, anticholinergic cycloplegia. Next, salivation, and then drying of upper airway sa anticholinergic. Cholinergic also is lacrimation, urination, defecation, secretion of mucus, and bronchoconstriction. While anticholinergic, it dries the upper airway, it inhibits tear formation, urinary retention, anti-diarrheal or constipation, and mucociliary slowing also inhibits constriction. So, in summary, cholinergic effects happens when acetylcholine is active. So, this includes increased secretions, bronchoconstriction, and slower the heart rate. While the anticholinergic effects naman is occur when acetylcholine is blocked, and this causes dry airways, decreased mucus, and bronchodilation. So, next slide. So, ayan. Muscarinic versus anti-muscarinic. Andito na lahat. Nakategorize na siya dati. So, muscarinic refers to muscarinic cholinergic receptors, while the anti-muscarinic refers to drugs that block muscarinic receptor. Muscarinic is parasympathetic nervous system, and the anti-muscarinic is it inhibits the parasympathetic or cholinergic activity. Muscarinic also is activated by acetylcholine, and the anti-muscarinic is block the action of acetylcholine. So, and many more. So, in summary, muscarinic receptors are activated by acetylcholine and causes bronchoconstriction. Anti-muscarinic drugs blocks these receptors, preventing airway narrowing. So the main target in the lungs is the entry receptor, yung anti-muscarinic, which is responsible for bronchoconstriction and mucus production. So nandito na lahat. So in COPD, I need it. Next is slide. So these are the anticholinergic agents used in respiratory therapy. Ipratropium bromide. Ang brand name niya is Atrovent. Formulation, nandito na. And onset, 15 minutes. Peak effect is 1 to 2 hours. Duration is 4 to 6 hours. So, ang notes natin dito, kapag yung duration niya is 4 to 6 hours, it considered as SAMA or short-acting short-acting siya. And then, sa may, kapag 24 hours naman siya is long duration. So, ibig sabihin long. So, indications ng ipratropium bromide, maintenance bronchodilator in COPD, adjunct in asthma, nasal spray for rhinitis. So, ang non-selective M1 to M3 antagonist, quaternary ammonium, and leads to limited systemic absorption. Next is the ipratropium and albuterol. So, ang brand name niya is Combivent or MDI, and Duoneb or small volume nebulizer. Onset niya is 15 minutes. Peak effect 1 to 2 hours. Duration 4 to 6 hours. And yung indications niya, additional bronchodilation in COPD, severe asthma not fully responsive to beta agonists. Under siya sasama, and combination therapy more effective than monotherapy. Tiotropium bromide, brand name is Spiriva. Ayan, formulation, DPI. Onset 30 minutes, peak effect 1 to 3 hours, and duration 24 hours. Indications, maintenance bronchodilator in COPD. So dahil 24 hours yung duration ng tiotropium bromide, belong siya sa LAMA or LAMA, long-acting. So M1 or M3 selective quaternary ammonium leads to poor systemic absorption. Next, glycopyrrolate or brand name injectable siya and investigational NVA 237 nebulized investigational parenteral. Onset 15 to 30 minutes, and ang peak effect niya is 30 minutes to 1 hour. Duration 6 hours. Indications parenteral, reversal of neuromuscular blockade, inhaled investigational for COPD and asthma. Class is under siya sa short-acting. And quaternary ammonium leads to fewer CNS or ocular side effects than atropine. And lastly, atropine sulfate, wala siyang brand name. So, ibig sabihin, ang brand name niya is atropine lang din. Formulation, nebulized or historical. Onset, rapid. Peak effect, 0.5 to 1 hour. Duration, 4 to 6 hours. Indications, previously used as bronchodilators and belong siya sa short-acting. And then, tertiary amine leads to high systemic absorption. Side effects unacceptable, so no longer recommended. So, examples of anticholinergic drugs include yan, yung ipratropium, which is short-acting, and ayan, ipratropium and albuterol. Tapos, ang tiotropium lang yung kahibahan kasi long-acting siya. Which is, yung tiotropium is commonly used siya sa may COPD. So, combinations drugs like ipratropium naman and albuterol are more effective than using yung ipratropium bromide alone. So, in conclusion, anticholinergic bronchodilators work by blocking acetylcholine, leading to bronchodilation and reduced mucus. They play an important role in managing our patients with chronic obstructive pulmonary disease and supporting asthma treatment. So, sa madaling salita, binubuksan nila yung daanan ng hangin para mas ang bronchodilators or anticholinergic or parasympatholitic, siya yung nagbubukas ng daanan ng hangin sa baga natin para mas gumaan ang paghinga natin. Next. Ayan, indication for use to be discussed by our next reporter.
So ngayon, i-discuss naman natin kung saan siya ginagamit ang anticholinergic agents. Next slide. So yan, COPD maintenance. Sila yung tinatawag na gold standards for long maintenance in COPD, chronic bronchitis, and emphysema. Tinatarget yung vagal tone natin, yung natural tendency ng nerves natin na pasigipin ang airways. So, sa COPD, siya yung main cause ng ng constriction nila, kaya effective ang anticholinergic agents. Next slide. Yan. We have here the combination therapy. So dito, kulang kasi ang isang gamot lang, kaya pinipair ang anticholinergic agents or B antagonist, parang sa complement kumbaga. Para siyang tag team effort para masiguradong bumuka ng maigi yung mga baga natin. Kaya dito sinabi niya na combining an anticholinergic with a B antagonist provides a double-barreled approach to bronchodilation. So yun. Next. Third, we have the specific asthma cases. Ito yun, helpful siya sa mga may nocturnal asthma or mga inaatake pag gabi ng asthma. At psychogenic asthma, yung mga hika na natitrigger sa stress, emotions, yung ganon, yung through emotions, through our vagus nerves. Next slide. Ito, nasal symptoms. Beyond the lungs, ipratropium nasal spray is indicated for drying up secretions in allergic rhinitis or the common cold. Sila yung itong mga anticholinergic agents, sila yung pinaka-efficient or effective para patuyuin yung mga sipon natin, or kung may allergic rhinitis ka man or colds, mga sipon, ganyan. Next slide. Yan. Yung mode of action niya naman, kung paano siya gumagana, yung anticholinergic agents. Next slide po. Yan. Number 1, competitive antagonism. They are the blockers, sit on the muscarinic receptors and prevent the neurotransmitter acetylcholine from binding. Dito, isipin mo na ang mga receptors natin ay para siyang mga upuan. Ang anticholinergic ay para silang mga squatter na receptors na uupuan nila yung mga receptors, yung M1, M2, and M3 para hindi makaupo si acetylcholine. Kapag hindi kasi nakadikit si acetylcholine, hindi sisikip yung mga baga or hindi siya sasakit. Ganun. Next po. Yan. Blocking the M3 receptors, parang sinabi ko kanina. Main culprit for bronchoconstriction, anticholinergic blocks and prevents the G protein signaling pathway. Nag-release siya ng calcium, tapos nag-equate siya to muscle contraction. Dito naman, ang M3 receptors, ang main culprit niya sa pag-constrict ng airways. Kapag na-block siya, ini-stop niya ang G protein signaling. Yun. Ito. The G protein signaling pathway. So walang lalabas na calcium. Pag hindi siya nag-contract yung mga muscles natin, relax lang yung baga. Next po. The routes of administration. Kung paano binibigay ang anticholinergic agents. Next slide po. So first, we have the MDI or SVN. Ang MDI kasi, sila yung or also known as the metered dose inhaler, and SVN is small volume nebulizer. Ang apratropium Atrovent ay siya yung flexible. Pwede siyang maging metered dose inhaler, yung parang L-shape na pinepress natin, or small volume nebulizer. Common siya sa mga bahay or sa emergency room. Next slide po. Yan. Next, we have the dry powder inhaler or the DPI. Tiotropium spiriva is often given via the Handle Haler DPI, which is ideal for once daily maintenance dose. So ito, once a day lang siya kailangan ng mga patients, mga nagme-maintenance na patient. So hindi siya hassle for them. Next slide. And next, we have the soft mist inhaler, Respimat, propellant-free delivery system used for combinations drugs like Combivent Respimat, which helps patients who struggle with the press and breathe coordination of standard metered dose inhaler. Ito, yung mga soft mist inhaler, tinatawag din siyang mga fancy na mga fancy na inhaler. Hindi siya gumagamit ng propellant or mga gas. Naglalabas lang siya ng mist na or hamog na mabagal yung pagbuga. Kaya hindi siya mahirap na i-coordinate sa paghinga natin or pagpindot. Next po. Yan. Yung mga adverse effects niya. Ano nga ba yung mga side effects ng anticholinergic agents pag nakainom tayo or na-prescribe tayo? Next po. The quaternary advantage. Drugs like ipratropium and tiotropium, they are poorly absorbed into the blood and stay mostly in the lungs, which prevents widespread body-wide side effects. Dito, dahil nga quaternary ammonium sila, hindi sila madaling ma-absorb sa natin, sa dugo. Kumbaga naka-stay lang sila sa lungs. Meaning to say, localize lang ang effect niya sa buong katawan at hindi siya full body affected. Next slide. Ayan, dry mouth. Most common side effect because even a tiny amount of drug can inhibit salivary gland secretion. Dahil nga siya yung pinaka-common, kaya kahit onti lang yung gamot na mapunta sa katawan natin or sa system natin, mabilis niyang pinapatuyo yung mga natin, yung salivary gland or mga laway natin. Kaya nagkakaroon tayo ng dry mouth. Next slide. The eye warning. Yan. Common din siya na na effect ng anticholinergic kasi very malakas siyang gamot na pwedeng mag-cause sa'yo ng pagkabulag or the narrow angle glaucoma. Pwede niyang ma-trigger yung mata mo and can cause na sobrang sakit, ganun. Tapos pwedeng mag-dilate din yung pupil mo, which is the mydriasis. Kaya wag nating ilapit sa mata natin pag nagka-take tayo nito. Next po. Yan. Sa clinical application naman, sa actual practice kung paano siya ginagawa ang anticholinergic agents. Central versus peripheral. Sa central naman, a clinical pearl is that anticholinergics tend to work better on the larger, more central airways. So, dito, mas effective siya sa mga malalaking airways sa gitna. Central. And B antagonist naman, mas nakakaabot sa maliit na dulo, peripheral lang, or sa peripheral airways natin ng baga. Next slide po. Long-term improvement. Long-acting muscarinic antagonists, or also known as the LAMAs, have been shown to not just open airways, but to actually reduce the number of hospitalizations and improve the overall quality of life for COPD patients. So yan. Long-term siya na nababawasan niya yung chances na ma-hospital or ma-hospitalize yung mga patients na mga pasyente at nagiging mas better yung quality of life dahil sa anticholinergic agents. Next po, emergency synergy. In the ER or emergency room, you will often see ipratropium added to albuterol to severe asthma attacks. This team up provides a more powerful bronchodilation than albuterol alone. So yan, kapag severe yung asthma, syempre, kailangan natin ng albuterol tsaka ipratropium. Mas malakas siya kapag pinagsama compared sa mas malakas yung impact ng anticholinergic agents compared sa albuterol. Kaya para ma-break niya yung matinding or severe cases ng asthma. Next slide po. Ayan. Santines po to be discussed by Stephanie.